Fantasy Waiver Wire.
Yoink! Did we add a yoink there? Is that what I just heard?
Yeah, there's a little yoink sound effect for those who are snatching someone off the wire. As we hope we are guiding you to in this segment week to week. We've had some pretty good touchdowns and performances from guys following our call-outs on here. Most of them aren't going to be, sneaky plays that you've never heard of, but hopefully we're giving you a little guidance into how we project a player in the immediate week to come before you have to make your claims on Tuesday night. So I'll pull up what we've got here. We're going to start with the number one overall ad of the week. One who kind of pulled the rug out from everybody who picked up last week's number one overall ad of the week, Hassan Haskins, and that's Chargers running back Kimani Vidal. He's only 31% rostered, and he was the clear RB1 in week 6. Haskins wasn't even in a B role. He was simply giving Vidal a breather with only 6 carries. Vidal looked good with a big workload, 138 total yards on 21 total touches. So really hard to imagine this is going to regress to a more even split. Maybe Haskins gets a couple extra carries because Vidal is good and they want to stretch his health as long as possible. But when Hampton comes back, it's going to be him anyway. So they're pretty much just going to run Vidal out until they don't need him anymore. Projections had their yards just about even last week, but with better touchdown equity for Haskins. So we did have it as more or less a 50-50 toss-up. But it's Vidal clearly rest of the way, at least till Hampton is back. Going to be at least 3 more weeks of that with Hampton on IR, so plenty of opportunity in some key games in a division race. That's going to be pretty tight. Clear RB1 upside here, 12.4 PPR points, 55.2 rush yards, which is more than double we have for Haskins, and 35.9% TD probability in week 7. Kimani Vidal, number one waiver wire ad. If you play in a fab league, I'd probably use 25 to 40%. That's kind of a big range, I know, of your remaining budget, knowing that he's probably just a rental for 3-4 weeks. But it's winning time in fantasy. You might be on the fringe of playoffs. Other running back, Bam Knight for the Cardinals. Kind of similar situation where it's a toss-up, but no one's particularly looking good in a similar running back situation where they've lost both of their top 2 options. But it was Bam Knight with the score in back-to-back weeks, while Michael Carter didn't really do much with a similar workload. Seems to be the choice at the goal line for Bam Knight to get the touches. It needs to be added, especially if you're in need of an RB. Only 6.4 PPR points projected, but that's because he's just neither one has been very productive. He just has the touchdown equity, which we have at 31.7% in week 7. A couple wide receivers here. I'll go with the one who's more rostered, Kendrick Bourne, 36% rostered in league, so pretty widely available. Back-to-back wide receiver 1 performances, exactly 142 yards in both games, so you're not seeing double if you're looking at his stats. He's got clear chemistry with Mac Jones, former Patriots teammate, so you probably got a little connection there. Jawan Jennings was apparently playing with 5 broken ribs in this game. The Niners are just so banged up. They're throwing out guys who should not even be on the field. Pearsall could be back this week, but Bourne's a clear ad. He's got chemistry with Mac Jones, who could be playing intermittently this season, depending on how Brock Purdy's health continues. Projected for 10.8 PPR points, 45 yards, 3.7 receptions, and a 31.4% TD probability. Kind of a dart throw here for the second one. Probably don't even have to add him on the waiver wire, to be honest. You pick him up Wednesday morning for free. But Jordan Whittington on the Rams, he's 0% rostered. The box score won't make you jump to add him, but he did lead all Rams wide receivers in snaps after Puka got hurt. Season high 4 targets and 3 catches, so not much to take away from there, but he did have his biggest output with Puka down. He's likely to miss at least a week before the Rams go on bye. So you're maybe only getting a week here if Puka's back and healthy, but he's at least a solid stash, and if Puka misses more time, you might have the wide receiver 2 in the Rams offense. Right now projected for 7 PPR points, 31 yards, and a 14% TD probability. But Puka hasn't been ruled out yet, so our Sims have some lower projected Puka numbers in there, not his usual output. But I imagine this will go up when he is most likely inevitably ruled out.
Well, and Whittington's 0% rostered right now too. Some of these names, I mean,
Yeah.
not that they're not also good names, but this guy's basically available everywhere coming into this week's waiver wire. So this one is a great stopgap. I've already got a claim out for him. I need a receiver right now.
Yeah. And if you're not in like a 14, 16 man league, you probably can't pick him up for free in the morning. So if you're in a 10 or 12 teamer, I wouldn't burn your top priority here, and I would look for one of the other guys and then worry about your needs, and probably pick Whittington up as a free agent. But there's a void to be filled there, and wide receivers fill voids with targets, and he should be getting some. One tight end pick here. There's a few out there. I'm just going to focus on one, kind of the obvious guy, Harold Fannin Jr. on the Browns, 27% rostered. That's going up no matter what because David Njoku is probably going to miss a couple games. He's also a candidate for trade, depending on what the Browns do this year, especially with Fannin coming along. He's slowly been getting into this role, but he's been the tight end one in Cleveland in 2 games with Gabriel under center, 9 points and 11 points in those 2 games. That's just half PPR as well. Projected for 9.5 full PPR points, 36.8 yards, and a 24.8% TD probability. However, Njoku has also not been officially ruled out, so that is likely to go up if that is the case this year or this week. And finally, one quarterback. I'm pretty surprised he's 32% rostered. Maybe it's because the only league I have Jaxson Dart in is a QB Superflex, which the only available QBs this past week were Spencer Rattler, Jacoby Brissett, and guys who were not even starting. So I was surprised to see that it was 32% since I had to pick him up in a spot start a couple weeks ago. But 17 plus points in all 3 of his starts, 6 total touchdowns. Giants are fully committed to developing this young man, projected for 15.9 points, 188.5 passing yards, 29.6 rushing yards, which is really why you want him, and a 21% TD probability on the ground. Need a QB. You got a guy you don't love. Pick up Jaxson Dart. You could do a lot worse. They're gonna try and funnel this offense through their young quarterback as much as possible. So there's my guys this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total pickups. Certainly more than this. Our projections hub will have a lot more data than what I can show you just here. So definitely check that out. Every single player, every single week, all the stats, all the touchdowns, all the fantasy points.
You got to love it. Dave, thank you as always. And yes, please add Jaxson Dart if he's available in your league. The kid rocks, okay? You heard me just sing Cam Scadaboo's praises as well. The Giants are fun for the first time in roughly 15 years. And if he's available, you should enjoy the ride.